Good morning. When I was informed by Mr. Manning that I would have the privilege of speaking in front of all of you today, well, I must confess that I was a bit stuck on what I wanted to say. I will admit that it was a bit intimidating to stand here on the stage where many great MHS alumni have stood before. While deep in thought preparing this speech, I decided to do what I always do whenever I'm a bit stuck with something: play a game of chess. As I sat and shuffled the pieces around the board, I will have to admit that, well, I didn't find anything particularly profound, since I was crushing my opponent quite easily. But since I had a speech to write, I decided that I would have to do something about chess. So here are my reflections on chess with a couple thoughts about life sprinkled in. You see, much like a game of chess, each player in life starts off without knowing what the end will be, or maybe even a good path to get there. Each player is encouraged to explore their position fully and be aggressive to take advantage of an opportunity. Much like the start to a game, our class entered freshman year with a completely empty board, the start of a new opportunity. During our time at MHS, we engaged in classes, clubs, sports, and other activities, each adding to build our set of experiences that can improve who we are as people. Many of my fondest memories are from these exciting times of exploration, from the many painful labs I persevered through in AP chemistry, to the passionate arguments I participated in as part of the MHS mock trial team. Another lesson with which chess players are familiar is how to deal with loss and sacrifice. Much like life, sometimes the game sets a trap, causing you to part with a valuable piece or perhaps even person. However, sometimes a setback can be an opportunity, and when one part of the board looks lost, an advantage might be found elsewhere. I can't help but think with pride about my two parents who embody this ideal of perseverance. Although they had two distinct journeys to get here, with my mother being a Chinese-American immigrant and my late father being a Taiwanese-American immigrant, both shared the common experience of entering America without many resources. Becoming a U.S. citizen is a long and arduous process requiring perseverance. From their dauntless pursuit of their goal to build a better life for their children, I learned how life is too short to be bogged down by any pitfalls that come our way. Taking the time not to lament but to address the situation laid before you is something I brought to both chess and life. Of course, well, frequently in a game of chess, the position is not in your favor. Sometimes you make a mistake and you appear lost or cannot find the path to victory. One of the most valuable things I learned about chess and life is that one often needs to persevere until they get their lucky break. American historian Tom Brokaw wrote that the Americans who persevered through such conflict as World War II and the Great Depression should be known as the greatest generation. Not for who they were, but what they endured. Well, my peers and I may not have had the same set of exact experiences as Brokaw's subjects. In a way, we've learned how to endure many conflicts, from the meaningful to the mundane, that came our way. One memory I recall from my time at MHS is when I had received an undesirable result on an exam and lamented to my teacher about the outcome. This teacher compassionately emailed me back with the wise words, "Benson, don't worry, your mother will still love you." Although I was still disappointed, what I learned was much more valuable. No matter what losses may come your way in life, no matter what failures you may encounter, your loved ones and friends will always remain with you and encourage you to persevere. Because if you lose one match, one piece, or don't anticipate your opponent's move, there's always another move, another board, another game to play. As I reflected on my time at MHS, I could only feel emotions of gratitude. While I had the pleasure of pursuing academic excellence in such a great community such as MHS, I feel as if my efforts were not mine alone, but also the many acts of kindness and resilience from my many allies along the way. While Marshtown High School may never have given us a lesson in chess, I think, in a way, it taught us all how to be grandmasters in life. With these lessons, I am confident that my peers and I will be able to bring the same excellence instilled in us as Morristown to whatever endeavor we may pursue in the future. I look forward to playing with many of my peers on whatever board of life we may encounter one another in the future. Thank you.